They asked me to read the guidance counselor statement, which is part of what we judge, and also they asked me to read her 2 essays as well. So this is from her guidance counselor. There are many challenges in life we all must face. The obstacles that Deborah Ibolajobi has faced and still rose to the top 10% of her class are worth mentioning. Deborah was born in Nigeria and lost her mother to cancer at the age of 1. She was abandoned by her father and taken in by her aunt, who moved to Atlanta along with one of her siblings. Her aunt did the best she could, but often left Deborah with friends to care for her while she worked long hours and traveled back and forth to Nigeria to care for her mother, as well as to financially support Deborah's other siblings, of which 2 passed away. Deborah often faced being used as a babysitter for the friends' children and a housekeeper without being allowed to experience the normal things kids her age do. Deborah has experienced physical and emotional abuse at the hands of her caretakers and their boyfriends. Deborah was often not allowed to eat and had to call her aunt to get money for food. This led to a lot of acting out in school, fighting, and school suspensions. Deborah always managed to keep her grades up in the midst of tough times. She had been in 16 schools in 3 different states. When she moved to Florida, she had the police call on her and stayed with another relative to finish out the year. Her uncle and his wife took her in here in Albany, and she was finally given a stable environment in which to strive. Deborah became active in several activities at Albany High, including softball, soccer, Skills USA, and the Albany High School Chorale, a staff member for the yearbook, and the student council. She is very active in her church and says her belief in God got her through the hard times. She credits her aunt, who she calls Mom, for giving her a chance, and her uncle and his wife for giving her the environment in which to help her to reach for her goals. Deborah never complains about the things she has been through. She says it makes her a stronger person and helps her be compassionate to others. She realizes that, even though things were tough, they could have been worse. She maintains a 3.7 GPA and has aspirations of being a nurse. Her motto is, excuses are useless, and always looks at the bright side of any situation. As I thought about who to nominate for this honor, I knew Deborah was the right student. Her tenacity is a credit to her and an inspiration for others. Life will always throw you curveballs, but Deborah has shown us that your faith helps you knock them out of the park. Deborah has future plans to being a nurse. She intends to join the Army National Guard and has been accepted to Columbus State University, East Georgia College, Albany State University, and Dartmouth. She has truly overcome the odds. And at this point, Deborah composed 2 essays for us. One about how her experiences affected her, and then also what she. The second essay is how she plans to what she plans to do in the future. An event in my life I had to overcome was my own self-acceptance. For a long period of time, I wasn't able to love myself or appreciate myself for who I was. I had difficulty looking in the mirror every day without wanting to break it because I felt like the person looking back at me did not deserve to live. I felt like all the situations I had been through over the years, such as abuse, molestation, and neglect, was my entire fault. It was like I was being punished for some unknown reason that I wasn't aware of. I became a very angry person, taking my anger out on everyone around me. I got into altercations and turned to self-injury and started misusing pills. My 10th grade year, I moved to Albany, Georgia to live with my aunt and uncle. At first, it was very hard for me to cope, not being used to people showing love, so I would fight against it. I had the mindset of only staying a few months, planning to move again like usual. Soon I realized that my aunt and uncle genuinely loved me. My aunt encouraged me to be active in school, and I became more social. I realized that the struggles I went through did not taint who I was. It just made me stronger. It just took me a little longer to realize that and to love myself. All it took was someone to show me how to love unconditionally. My plan for the future is to be a psychiatric nurse. I want to be able to care for people who struggle with mental illnesses, depressions, and traumas. I would be able to help people in my community cope with different challenges, such as adults and young teenagers who have been through abuse, neglect, lost loved ones, or abused drugs. I want to be able to study the minds of others and analyze the aspect of human behaviors. Recently, a shooting took place at Sandy Hook Elementary by a man named Adam Lanza, who was claimed by authorities to have a mental illness. Adam Lanza killed 26 innocent people, including 20 students and 6 adults. It's situations such as this that make my passion to pursue a career in the field of psychiatric nursing even stronger. I want to be able to help the people in my community by providing them with any medical services they may need.
Since psychiatric nursing deals not only with mental illnesses, but also patients that have dealt with trauma, depression, anxiety, and abuse, I'll be able to branch out and help individuals in my community who do not necessarily have a mental illness, but have been through an emotional crisis. I can become a motivational speaker, traveling across the country to other regions of the world, helping people of all ages. As a psychiatric nurse, one should possess qualities that include compassion, patience, and self-discipline, all of which I believe I possess. And the committee did as well.
So, at this point, I'd like for y'all to give an exchange vote of congratulations to Deborah Ibalokobi, who is our As a token of our appreciation and to something you can hold on to, we have a plaque made up with your name, accepting the challenge of excellence. That's what A stands for. It's presented to Deborah. And also Skip has a presentation he would like to make as well. Deborah?
I have a small token of our appreciation for you and what you have become. Not only what you've become, but what you've inspired to be in the future. We need more kids like you, more young ladies like you. Thank you for being here, and I hope you can use this small token in some way to help further the future. Thank you so much.
Now that we've selected Deborah as our representative, she'll now move on to compete at the district level, and hopefully, we'll be able to compete beyond that at the national level as well. At the national level, it's a $10,000 scholarship. So, y'all wish her best of luck, and we're going to be there to help her with the process. So, thank y'all for your support. We'd be remiss if I didn't mention the members of the committee real quick. Marvin Allen, David Smith, Bridget Simmons, Clayton Smith, Mark Spraggins, and Randy Foster. Thank y'all for your help in determining our ACE award winner.
Russ, thank you so much.